Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the NECA action figure of Battle Damage Gypsy Danger Anchorage Attack. NECA already did a Battle Damage Gypsy Danger figure in Series 2, but that figure was based on the original Gypsy Danger figure, which was really undetailed, not that impressive. And that Battle Damage figure was just like a bunch of dirty paint kind of rubbed on it. It was like a really bad, disappointing Battle Damage figure. This one is much better and is more scene-specific to the film. It's that opening scene in the film where he's fighting Knifehead, and you can see that they've ripped apart that side of his cockpit, big chunk in the chest, the ripped off arm. First of all, the detail in this figure, it's the same as the previous one, the Hong Kong Brawl one. So there's the basic detail of the figure is better as far as the chest and the shoulder piece. And the thighs, like all the gack, the paint, and the actual sculpted groove lines in it. But also the actual battle damage on this is pretty cool. Like, not only does it have like a little black wash to give it some sort of dirt, but there are little like silver paint scratches all over the figure. So let's go in for a closer look. You can check out some of the articulation. You've got the hinged ankle with the pivoting front part of the foot. You got the double knee joint, which actually isn't, it's a little stiff at one end. That one's pretty good though. And you've got the ball hinged leg right there at the top. There is no like thigh swivel, but you do have the mid-torso hinge, which is kind of limited, but it is there. And then you've got the shoulder hinge, the bicep cut. You've got the hinged elbow with a ball joint socket at the end of his plasma cannon. And the plasma cannon, to me, is the coolest thing about this figure. I don't even really care about the battle damage that much, although it is cool to put him next to Knifehead and all that. But having the plasma cannon, to me, was a big plus for this figure. And then you've got a little bit of articulation on his busted shoulder there, and then his ball-jointed head, which does have some good pivoting motion to it. The actual sculpt, though, the damage here, I really like what they did as far as creating a little hole, some depth to the figure. There's a lot of random just orange kind of dotting around the edges of where, things would be sparking on fire, I guess. Sometimes that orange paint just looks like little dots of orange paint, but I do like the actual sculpting of the damage, especially the inside of the head/cockpit here. That looks really good despite the little orange dots. You can get a closer look at just the overall sculpt of the body and some of the silver paint scratches along the edges there, on the torso. There's a little sculpted scratch on the thigh with the paint line kind of filling it in, which is curious because they did that on the previous Gypsy Danger figure. I think they knew in advance that they were making these two waves because that figure also has that same scratch in it. It's just not painted silver. So, that other one was kind of a little battle damaged, I guess. Either that or it's just a basic nick in the figure that both Gypsy Dangers have. Like it's a permanent dent. So what do I know? But all the scratches on his thigh look good. There's some scratches on the back. He's even got a little scratch on his tushy. But I do like the gold paint and all the dark gear gack that they painted with the sort of dark gray and silver. It looks grimy. I like the use of gold on these vents in the back. The red paint lines. All looks really, really good. And now I'll just give you a closer look at the plasma cannon. You can see all the little details on it. And I just think it looks really cool. I think it looked really cool in the movie, and NECA's done a great job sculpting it into toy form. Also, here's a look at the back of the figure, because a lot of good work went into sculpting the vents and all the gack in the back of them. I also want to point out there are a few more little scratches that were on the previous figure right here on his right thigh. You can kind of see that these were sculpted there. And also on his left shin. That left shin has the scratches in it as well. So clearly these figures were kind of meant to be the same. I mean, obviously they're sculpted to be the same Gypsy Danger, but the battle damage was kind of planned in advance, I think, on the Hong Kong Brawl figure. Now, one thing I will show you is how the plasma cannon comes off. Hopefully it comes off easily. Makes me a little nervous. There we go. Because he comes with regular hand and arm. So you just pop the hand into the arm, and you pop the arm onto the elbow joint, like so. Well, hopefully that doesn't come off on yours, but it goes right back on. The elbow joint's a little loose. You kind of have to pinch it and hold it in place when you're attaching the arm onto it. I'm pretty happy with how this figure turned out. I initially just got it because I really want that plasma cannon arm, but you know what? It's a really good battle damage figure, and I like that it's scene specific. I like how dirty it is, and more than anything, I really like that you can put him next to Battle Damage Knifehead, because they do look really good together, and you can recreate the opening scene from the movie. I think this looks cool. I like the posability. I like the paint. It's great. Thanks for watching.